traditional Chinese medicine or Ayurvedic medicine, Indian medicine. Asia, like Thailand, they were the very first practitioners of massage. So this is all the movements that they would do, is to pretty much just press at the body to alleviate pain. Heads into the gluteal area, which is known as the butt, lower back area, which gives us all types of funky problems. And this is something that you can actually take home with you and use on your own. In the earlier days of massage therapy, we pretty much just used our hands and our body weight. So when you used your hands and your body weight, you pretty much was just pressing down, and you're opening up certain tissues and muscles and the channels of the muscles to introduce new blood into your body. So this was way back in feudal Japan, traditional Chinese medicine or Ayurvedic medicine, Indian medicine. Asia, like Thailand, they were the very first practitioners of massage. So this is all the movements that they would do, is to pretty much just press at the body to alleviate pain. So as technology progressed, we started to use tools. And when we used those tools, they were very, very primitive or rough looking, to where some people will look at it as, what in the world is that? So this tool right here is the Scalpel tool, and this was made to just introduce good blood flow to an affected area or inflamed area. Careful the spine. And as you can see how red she's getting, and that's just the good blood flow coming up to the surface. Or you had little smaller tools for specific work. So say her sacral area, and the sacral area is hard in certain areas, it's just bony landmarks. And so if you're trying to press down with your thumb or palm, you're not really hitting the certain spots. This is going to be a little bit more painful, but it's deeper pressure to open up certain channels, because all your nerves are derived right back here, and it forms the spinal cord, comes all the way up, all the way back to your cerebral cortex. So these two tools were just the first tools. You can dig into the hands if you wanted to, into the arms, just little small tools. So as time progressed, again, a couple years later, in traditional Chinese medicine, we were introduced to massage cupping. The cups, just soak a cotton ball full of alcohol. You need your cup. So let's place our cup down first. And what you're going to do is make sure you don't have any alcohol anywhere else, because you're about to light fire to the alcohol pad. So here, and so we would just put the fire in the cup, and this sucks out all oxygen in the cup. And this causes suction on the skin because it has sucked all the air out. Here we moved on to the invention of vacuum cupping. The vacuum cupping is without the fire. So see how technology has just moved on up. So you just place, and that's it. Easy, no fire, nothing to mess with, and then it releases on its own. Perfect, it's very nice. So from there, a lot of clients didn't want to use certain fire or vacuum or anything because it was a little bit cumbersome or bulky, or it was just a little bit too much for the client's bodies. So when you apply your cream or your lotion, you now have silicone cups. Silicone is nice and easy. You just squeeze, place on the client's back, and release. So you still have suction. And see how much, see all the redness that just came up? That's the blood, the good blood. And that's it. We have developed better tools to where you don't have to use your hands at all. And say somebody doesn't want to take off all their clothes, which our model is half clothed, but she has certain areas to where she's not. Some people don't want to get undressed for you, not because they don't trust you or anything, but because, hey, I just want to get a nice massage. So this is why I use this. And so this technology, you're pretty much just working these oscillating heads into the gluteal area, which is known as the butt, lower back area, which gives us all types of funky problems. And this is something that you can actually take home with you and use on your own. So this is very good. You can even use it across the back where you just used your cupping. Your model is cordless, so it doesn't have any wires, any cords, or anything. So you just turn it on. Outstanding. Kind of the same vibration, same revolutions per minute, just cordless. And you can turn it up to a higher speed. And this is good for people who want to keep their clothes on. In our profession, it's very scary. Somebody can make one small complaint or big complaint, either or. It's a complaint that can lose your license. This is the future technology. So there's technology that you just don't want to spend a lot of money on and fortune. So you have your nice little roller balls. They just pretty much come in a gyroscopic type of contraption or device and allows for just rolling. Very simple, very basic, $25. Very, very affordable and very efficient. And it works to work out any type of kinks, problems, and you can use as hard as you want and as soft as you want. Get that IT band for all those runners, swimmers, hockey players, football players, anybody who uses those outside muscles more than anything. Teachers, professors. Yep. It's all going to be a clickable link to where if you want to learn more about these tools or to purchase them, just click on the link. Alright, so here for product penetration we're going to use the ultrasonic cleanser. Our ultrasonic machine is pretty much just a little small machine that actually allows penetration of the product to go deeper into your skin. This is just closing up our pores at a smaller or molecular level to where nothing like bacteria is forming. A lot of times when we cleanse and wash our face, we open up our pores a little bit too much to where they stay open for about 15-20 minutes for some people's skin and their pores. And so that allows the free radicals and lingering nonsense that hangs in our air to pretty much eat at your skin. Sort of how, like, you cut that apple in half and about 10 minutes later it's brown. Same thing for our face. Our face actually gets browner even quicker than the apple. The apple actually has good things that are fighting against that, the free radicals, for at least 10 to 15 minutes. But our skin, it doesn't bounce back like that. As soon as it gets in our skin, it messes it up for real. And so whenever you do a cleanse and you're waking up the next morning, man, nothing happened, nothing changed. I washed my face 10 times a night and blah, 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 blah. Well, do you close your pores? Do you tighten them up? Do you use a UV light like I'm using on your skin right now to fry any bacteria that's sticking to your face? We don't. So that's the good thing about LED lights. Gets down in there. Sort of how like vampires. Vampires can't stand what? Sunlight, right? Sunlight gives off what type of rays? UVA, UVB, and UVC rays. Those rays are pretty much like putting your body in a microwave. And that's why the vampires get on fire. Like as soon as that light hits their skin, it's like, they start running, they start burning off, limbs falling and shit. Because yeah, they can't even stand it for like more than 5 seconds. Not even 2 seconds. It just kills them. So that's the same thing for bacteria. It kills it at a smaller molecular level or radiation level.